Hello everybody, Joshua Finch here. So nice to see you. I'm full of inspiration right now, and I really need to share it. I got this idea, and yes, my ideas matter. In the creative now, we always stand for a world where creative individuals can express their ideas and know that they can be seen and they can be heard. So my idea, this great idea, that came to me after working with one of my students on how to be an emotional intelligence teacher. And other things in my life, like my students in school, are struggling a little bit in understanding their emotional intelligence. So, I feel an inspiration and a call to share more of my lessons. I've been teaching emotional intelligence for a little over 10 years. And I've done a lot of work with this book right here. It's called The Color Monster. And The Color Monster is a beautiful book by Ana Lainez. And it's all about this confused monster. He is really confused. Has anybody ever felt confused before? Well, if you felt confused before, you know it's probably not very fun. And this little monster, he starts off his journey feeling really confused. So this is the color monster, and he is super confused right now. All of his emotions and all of his colors are mixed up. Luckily, he has a friend who wants to be kind and is inspired to see where he's at. So have you ever saw one of your friends struggling or maybe a little confused and felt a calling to help someone, to be kind? That's so nice. And she noticed that when she asked him how did he feel, he said, "Oh, I feel fine." And kind of confused, like she noticed he was having a little trouble. So she said, "I got an idea. I have a plan." So my idea matters, and my idea is a plan. So she said, let's separate all those colors and we can talk about your feelings. So that way you could choose which one you want to be in. So she took them on the journey, and the first feeling they felt, or the first feeling they discovered, is happiness. Happiness is bright like the sun, makes you want to jump around and sing and dance and play and have fun with everyone. So this is our happy monster. And as the story continues, well, actually, how many people have felt happy? Have you guys felt happy? Maybe you forgot happy. Well, maybe if we all talk about happy, we'd have some new ideas. Feel free to share your happiness moments with me and with the rest of the group. And we go into sadness. Sadness is blue and rainy, makes you feel really heavy, kind of like you're feeling like you're underwater. Sometimes you don't want to play. Sometimes you want to just run and hide. Luckily, he's got his friend. He'll be really kind if you're there for somebody when they're sad. And we continue, and there's the angry monster. Sometimes when you're angry, you just black out and you don't even know you're angry, and you start to destroy things. Or maybe you stomp. Maybe you just get enraged and you don't even know what's going on. Anger can be dangerous for yourself and for others, so it's very important to know when you're in it, so maybe you could make a choice. And as we continue, the monster of fear makes you feel very tiny. Sometimes you feel small when you're afraid. Sometimes you're afraid of the dark or scary movies. Sometimes you're afraid to be brave. Sometimes it's hard when you feel fear to stand tall and courageous. And as we continue, we start to see one of my favorite monsters. This is the calm monster. He breathes in deeply and relaxes out like a leaf floating in the wind. And he loves to be in nature and just relax and be calm. He loves breathing deep and connecting to his breath and being mindful of all of his thoughts. I love his little hammock and his little trees too. So cool. And what do you know? the plan worked. Check it out. We have sadness in the jar, and we have anger in the jar. We even have fear. We have calm, and we have happiness. And really, the moral of this story and the really important thing to note is that if you don't know your feelings, it's very likely you'll feel confused going throughout life. But once you have a plan and maybe a friend to help you learn them, you can now pick which one you're in. So if you ever got stuck in, how many people's ever got angry? I bet you one or two of you out there have gotten angry before. Well, if you're the angry monster, you could then shift into a different monster. So you could go into scared, you can go into sad, maybe you go into calm. But if you wanted to go to calm, you could do what the calm monster does. You could breathe and let it out. And just start to really tell yourself, I am calm. I am peace. Ooh, in Montessori we do this one. Peace, anybody else know it? Begins with me. Peace begins with me. And we say that every morning, even when we're not angry. You know why? It's because when we get angry, sometimes it's hard to catch ourselves. But just like if we go to the gym will be stronger if we practice going to the gym. The same thing for our minds is if we practice peace begins with me every morning, it's like going to the gym for mindfulness, and we will be able to access calm and our superpower of peace. And wait, at the very end of our story, our friend feels gratitude. He's so thankful, the monster is so thankful that he feels loved. And he feels accepted, he feels seen and heard. And the little friend, a little confused, like, I didn't even know that was gonna happen. I just wanted to be kind and help you. And you could see that love is what happens when you're kind. Do you want to live in a world full of love and kind people where we could talk about our emotions instead of explode? Instead of, if we're angry, we could do something and talk about it and go and change and go into another emotion. But it's really important. So this book is really important, and that's what I'm here to tell you, is we're going to learn this book together. I'm going to teach you and your parents and your children. I'm going to teach you all about this lesson because I have a 10-week class where we get to make our very own book. Have you ever made a book before? Well, you're in luck. Because we're going to play together, we're going to have a lot of fun drawing monsters, we're going to learn a lot about our feelings, our emotions, that way we could be strong and in control. I can command my mind, I can command my body, I can command my direction, I can listen and learn, I have focus, and I get to grow and enjoy life, and have a lot of fun doing it. Okay, so that's my big idea. I'm so happy you took the time to listen and hear my story. Let's have a lot of fun creating our own color monster book. I'll see you in the classroom. Have a good day. Send me a message or a question if you got one, and I'll talk to you soon.